Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the lecture. So, in this lecture, we will see how to use this filter command. See, previously we had used the filter command, right? Like if you remember, we used to select like this, okay? And then I used to go to this filter option. And then I used to put the filter command. And now let us say I want only filtering of, let us say, Feb. I'll click on Feb. I'll say okay. So, from Feb year, how much earthwork has been done, how much concrete in cubic meter has been done, how much shuttering has been done, that can be done. Similarly, here in the year also I can do all these things. So this is one way of doing. Now we'll try to see something called as advanced filter. Okay, I'll remove this. So in advanced filter, what I'll do, I'll create a kind of a sheets like this, and whatever values I want, I'll show it here. Now let me understand the problem statement. So my problem statement is that I want to know in the year 2016, in the year 2016, in the month of January, tell me. Okay, there should be one more thing. Wait, yeah, it will come like this. Yeah. So my problem statement is I want to know which company. I want to know which company in the month of January. Okay, in the month of January, which company in the year 2018 has done an earthwork greater than 2,500. This is my problem statement. Now, is it possible for you to do this in the filter command? Normal filter, it's not possible for me to do, right? So I'll just repeat my problem statement. I may change it. I want to know in the year 2016, let us say, in the month of February, I'll say, I want to know which company or which contractor has done an earthwork more than 2000. So there are many number, right? There are many number which are more than 2000. But my problem statement, I want in the year of 2016, in the month of February, I want to know who has done an earthwork more than 2000 cubic meter. So can you do all these things with the help of a normal filter command? It's not possible. So now we'll go with the advanced filter. You can see there's option called as advanced filter. So for advanced filter, what we are supposed to do, I've already created a kind of table. I'll show you how it has to be done. Okay, so let me do the same table somewhere down. I'll do it here. Okay, so I'll just select few of the things. I'll select on month, I'll select on year, I'll select on earthwork. I'll say Control C and I'll just paste it here, Control V. Okay, so first I'll do a sorting in only one level. First I'll do the sorting only for January month. So what I'll do is I'll select this, I'll say Control C, I'll just paste it here and I'll say Control V. Okay, so first level sorting I'll do only for month wise. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this option called as advanced filter, click on that. So here a lot of things will pop up. So first it will ask you, tell me the least range. So by default it has selected this entire table. So this is a table where I want this sorting to happen or this filter to happen. So by default it is taken. Just in case if it has done a wrong selection, you remove it and you drag it like this. Okay, up to here you drag it. That's it. So it has taken. Now it is asking the criteria range. What you're looking for? I'm telling my Excel sheet. You just tell me the name of the contractors in the year, in the month of January. Okay, in the month of January. I'll just remove this criteria range. I'll delete it. I'll come down. I'll only drag like this. This is what I'm looking for. Month and Jan, both I need to select. And I'll say okay. So can you, okay, is it working? Yeah. So can you see here the answer? It has given me all the name of the company in the month of January. That's it. This is one sorting what I've done. Now I'll go with one more sorting. I'll say I want to know in the year 2016. So I'll tell there are many things, right? Now January has come, but here there is 2015, 16, 18, 15 and all. I'll do one more filter. I'll say I want to know the name of a contractor who has done the work in the year 2016 and in the month of January. This is my second level of sorting. So again, you go on advanced. Okay, first, yeah, what I'll do is I'll say Control Z. Let me bring everyone back. Yeah, now I'll write 2016 here. Okay, finish. So again, yeah. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll go to this option called as data. So in the data, there is option called as advanced. Click on that. So by default, it has selected this entire column. And now criteria range, I'll check it out. I'll click on this. Okay, I'll come down. Now I want both month and year. Okay, so this is the criteria range what I've selected. and I'll say okay. So now can you see, it has given me only the name of the contractor, that is 𝗙𝗔𝗃 and 𝗕𝗏𝗏 in the month of January and in 2016. This is the kind of work what they have done. So you're able to understand what I'm trying to tell. So this is two level of sorting what I have done. Similarly, if you want to do for few other months, I have Feb also. I'll do one more thing. I'll put Feb here. Okay, I'll write Feb. So let me copy Feb from here only. I'll copy Control C. I'll paste it here, Control V, and I'll go with the year also. Okay, I will go with year. Let us say I'll put 2016 also here. Okay, I'll put 2016 also here. So now my problem statement is I want to know the name of the company who has done the work in 2016 in both Jan and Feb month, right? So again, what I'll do, I'll go to data. I'll say advanced. So by default, it has selected this entire. Now my criteria range, I'll delete that. I'll come down. I'll select like this from month, year, and this. Everything I'll select. I'll say okay. So can you see now? It has given me in the month of Jan, Jan and Feb. 2 months I selected. I selected the year 2016. So it is showing me only 2016 data. So only 3 companies have done the work in the month of January and Feb in the year 2016. That is 𝗙𝗃, 𝗕𝗏𝗏, and L&T. And I can see how much earthwork they have done. I can see how much concrete they have done. I can see how much shuttering work they have done. So this is the importance of your filtering command. Okay. Now again, I can do few other filter. Now let me go to one more filter. Whatever I have done now, the same thing I have written it here. Okay. So now one more filter, what I am doing is I am putting month, that is Jan and Feb, and I'm putting year 2016. Okay. So what I can do is instead of year, I'll go with a different thing now. So I'll say I want to know in the month of January, I want to know which company or which contractor has done earthwork more than 2500. I'll change this value. I'll write 2500. Okay, you are able to understand. And also I'll put one more criteria, also greater than. In Feb, I want to know who has done the earthwork greater than 3000 cubic meter. So now understand the problem statement. This is what I'm looking for. I want to know the name of a contractor in the month of Jan and Feb who has done earthwork more than 2500 in January, and in February I want to know who has done the earthwork more than 3000 cubic meter. So I'll go to the advanced option. I'll click the list range. By default, it will select this. Come to the criteria range, delete this part, select this thing, this entire thing you select, and say okay. So now you can see it is showing me all these things. It is showing me in the month of Jan and Feb. That is my requirement. I want to know who has done a earthwork more than 2500 and 3000 in both Jan and Feb. It has given me the list of the contractors. SMCC, DMRCC, Tata, all these people have done the work more than greater than 2500 cubic meter in January and greater than 3000 cubic meter in the Feb. You're getting my point? So I'll say Control Z. I'll go back. Now again, if you want, you can do one more level of sorting. So this is one more level of sorting what I've done. I want to know the name of the contractor who has done the work in the month of Jan, whose earthwork is more than 2000 cubic meter, 2500 cubic meter, whose concrete work, this is a concrete work, okay? So concrete work is greater than 150 cubic meter and shuttering work is less than 650 cubic meter. Or let me put, I'll change this criteria. I'll say greater than 500, okay? So this is my requirement now. So can you do is it possible for you to come and search all these things here? Manually not possible. So we'll make use of these things called as advanced filter. So by default, it is selected. Come to the criteria range, delete this part and come here, select like this. Entire thing up to here I want. And I'll say okay, finish. It has given me the list. It has given me the list that SMCC, DMRC, Tata and IR Infra in the month of January, okay, in the year 2015, 16, 18, 20, they have done earthwork more than 2500, concrete work less than 150, shuttering work was how much? I think it was greater than 500 square meter what I had given. You're able to understand? This was my problem statement. So in this way, whichever you want to do, that can be done. Okay. So this was all about the advanced filter option. So you can make use of this. So I given different criteria. So if you want, I can give you one more criteria also. Let me do one more criteria. I'll say last one criteria, I'll make use of it. yeah, I'll click on the earthwork. I'll keep my earthwork here, and I want to know. In the month of January and February, both 2016 only. I want to know, or let us say 2018 also. I'll take. I want to know who has done an earthwork less than 2,500, or let us say 2,000. I'll take the criteria. Okay, I'll take the criteria 2,000. So what is my problem statement? I want to know in the month of Jan and Feb in the year 2016 and 2018 who has done the earthwork less than 2,000 cubic meters. So this is my question now. Okay, if I don't remember, I'll take a screenshot of this. I'll paste it here. Yeah, so this is my problem statement. So I'll go to the data option. I'll go to data. I go to advanced. Filter is already applied. That is least range is already applied. Criteria range, I'll take it out. So this is my criteria range. This, and select here. Select this entire thing and say OK. I think none of the criteria matches to that. That is why I'm not able to see anything. So okay, that criteria cannot apply here. So what I'll do is I'll remove this criteria. I'll put only one criteria. Will not go with two. Okay, I'll go with only in 2016. I want to know who has done the earthwork less than 2,000. I'll change the criteria. Okay, I'll say 2,200. Yeah. So let me go to the data option, advanced filter. By default, it has selected the list. Criteria range will be this much, and say OK. So can you see? So only one thing it is giving. So in the month of January in 2016, there is only one company. The name of that company is NCC, who has done an earthwork less than 2,200. See, 2123 is less than 2,200, right? So that is why it is giving me only one. It is showing me only one company here. Got it? So this is how the advanced filter option has to be applied. Now, after this, let me go with the second option. So here it was giving me all the value here itself, but I don't want all these things to be shown here. I want it to be shown in a different page. Let us say I want all these values to be shown somewhere here. Let me do that as well. So I'll take a simple case now. Okay, let me go with a simple case. I'll delete all these things not required. I'll just go with a simple case. I'll say go to the data, go to the advanced. I selected the range. My criteria range is very simple. My criteria range is I want to know all the companies in the month of Jan in the year 2016. You just select this. Okay, and here there is option. We were telling OK, but if I say OK, my answer will be shown only in this table. I don't want that to happen. My answer should come somewhere here. So this option called as copy to another location. Click on this, and is asking where to copy. I'll just drag my mouse. I'll say somewhere here you copy. Okay, this is the cell what I'm showing. Okay, you can see the moment I click, if I want, I can change it here. I'm showing it here. I'm showing it here. And I'll say OK. So can you see the answer has come here? Previously, the answer was coming in this particular table, but now I don't want that to happen. So the answer is coming here. You just increase the size of this, the width and all, everything will be shown here. So in the year 2016, yeah, okay, this is not required. Delete it. Yeah, so in the year 2016 in January, NCC and DMRC are the company which has done the work. You're getting my point, no? So this is another option what you can apply. Now, let me go with one more option. So one more option is that the same thing I want to do. Like I want to know which company has done the earthwork less than 2,000. This is my question, but I don't want all of the column to come. Like I'll tell you what has to be done. See, my problem statement is very simple. I don't want anything to be shown here. I want something to be shown here. Okay, below I want to show. But again, I don't want to see the year and all. I just want to see only the earthwork quantity. I just want to see only the earthwork quantity. So this is my problem statement. So what I'll do, I just select on the contractor, and I'll just select on the earthwork. I'll say Control C. I'll say Control C, and I'll paste it here. Okay. So I want the answer to come here. See, in the previous case, what used to happen? Everything is coming. Month is also coming, year is also coming, earthwork is also coming, concrete is also coming, shuttering is also coming. But my condition is that I don't want all those things to be seen. I want only the contractor name to come. I want the earthwork quantity to come here. Okay. So this is my problem statement. So what shall I do now? It's very simple. So again, I'll go here. I'll go to data, and then I'll say advance. I'll go to data. I'll click on advance. So in advance, the list is by default selected. You have to go to a criteria range. Okay. So the criteria range is yeah. So my problem statement is something like this. Okay. I forgot to tell one thing. I'll tell you what has to be done. See, now I want to know in the year 2016. So this is year. Let us say it should be 2016. Okay. Okay. And I want to know in the year 2016 which contractor has done a earthwork. Okay. So I'll go to the home option. Let me do the proper alignment of that. Yeah. Fine. So in the year 2016, I want to know which all contractor has done the earthwork. Okay. So that is what my criteria is all about. So what I'll do, I'll come here. I'll select contractor and I'll select earthwork, both of them, Control C, and I'll paste it here. Okay. Fine. So what I'll do now? So I've selected them. Got it? So first again, I'll go to the data option. I'll say advanced. So in the advanced, by default, it will select this particular table. And then in the criteria range. So the criteria range is year. So now I'll select this year as my criteria range. And then this copy to function you need to select. For that, you have to click on copy to another location. Click on it, only then it will be activated. So whatever you have, you delete this and you select this contractor and earthwork and say OK. So what has happened? Can you see here? It has given you all the name of the contractor and the earthwork quantity in the year 2016. Got it? So can you see that whatever earlier case, what used to happen, everything used to come, right? Month also used to come, year also used to come, everything used to come. Here what I have done is I have done a bifurcation. That means I want in the year 2016, I want only the contractor and the earthwork thing to come here. Got it? So this is how you can make use of all this filter command, and based on that you can try to apply all these things on your projects. Okay. So main advanced function, whatever I had explained here about all these things like month, year and all, try to practice them. Similarly, I'll go with a different thing. Now this is a one more project what I have. Okay. So let me delete this part. This is not required. Delete. B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Here there is one thing. Click on this. F is there. And this I'll increase. I'll apply the same thing on the project number 2 now. Okay. So this is also not required. Delete. So let us apply the same thing on this particular project. So these are the name of the students what I have. Simple. So my problem statement is I want to know. I'll do it like this. I want to know the student name. I want to know the student name. Okay. Let me select from here. Student name, Control C. I'll paste it here, Control V. Okay. And I want to know which student has got a marks greater than 25 in the science. Okay. I'll select the science part. Say Control C. Let's say this one. Okay. So this is my criteria. What shall I do? I'll go to the advanced filter, advanced. So remove this list range, come down. So we'll select this particular range now from here. This entire thing I'm going to select. Okay. Fine. List range now is criteria range. So criteria range, again you come down. So my criteria range will be this much. Okay. And I'll say okay. Okay. First let me write here. Yeah. So what I've done is I removed the student name because it will not help me to do any filter. I've given one condition. I told Excel, I want the name of the students. Out of all the student, I want the name of the student who has got the total marks greater than 175 And in science, here he should be scoring more than 20. So this is my criteria. So I want to do the filter of the student. So what I'll do, I'll go to data, I'll go to advanced. Now I'll select the least range. The least range is already selected. Come to the criteria range. So criteria range, I'll select it like this. Okay. And I'll say okay. Finish. You can see Excel has given me 4 number of students whose total marks is greater than 175. Yeah, 187, 192, 187, and 185. This is greater than 175. Whoever's marks is greater than 175, in them, in that I want students science marks to be greater than 20. You can see 24, 23, 28, 26 is greater than 20. So this is how you can apply the filter command. Similarly, you can do it for others also. Now instead of let us say, I'll go with another criteria. I can make this as less than 20. That also can be done. And here I'll increase it. Let us say I'll increase it to 185. So this is one more criteria what I've done. What I've done, I've asked Excel, I want the students who has got more than 185 marks. And in that, if any student is getting a marks less than 20 in science, you just list them. Let me check if there is any criteria, something like that. So let me check with this. So greater than 185. So 185, what I can do is I can put a control. Yeah, Alt DS. So wait, let me apply a filter here. Normal filter I'll apply. I'll put, so that I should verify my answer whether it will come or not. Okay. Yeah. So I'll this will not work out. Wait. I'll go with a different thing. Okay. So we'll try to, Alt DS is what I'm doing. I'm selecting this Alt DS. Yeah. So I'll say sort by. Okay, it is coming in column number. So I'll go with the sort by. First is okay. It's not coming at all. Leave it. No problem. Let me try to see if it happens on Excel or not. Okay. So I'll go to advanced now. So in the advanced, I'll say least selected range. Okay. This is not required. Least range is this much. All the students I want. Criteria range will be this much. Okay. And I'll say okay. There is no such students. Those who have got more than 185 and less than 120. So I'll just change my criteria. I'll say with this. I'll say more than 125. You tell me, and less than 20. Yeah. So you can see this 16 and this criteria should match. Alok Tomar name should come. One I've identified. Let me check if it works on Excel or not. So I'll go to advanced. So my list I need to select. I'll select the list of the students. I selected that. Come to the criteria range. So this is my criteria, and I'll say okay. Yeah. So you can say Alok Tomar name has come. That is what I wanted. He has got more than 120, I guess. 125 was the criteria what I put. So everyone has got one greater than 125, but their science marks is less than 20. You're getting my point? So this is how, yeah, 125 it was. This is how you can apply the filter command. This is called as advanced filter. So whatever you want, you can do. Similarly, I'll explain you one more thing also. Same criteria I want, but I don't want the name of the student to be shown here. I want the name of the student to be shown here. So what I'll do, I'll go to advanced. I'll say this is a criteria, that is fine. I'll select it once again. Yeah, so this is a student's criteria. Criteria range I'll select. This is the one. But here I'll go to the copy to another location. And this location, yeah, let me go back. I'll say this one. I'll click on this cell. Let the answer come here and I'll say okay. So you can see the answer has come here. Same student's name has come again. Alok Tomar, Aman Kumar, Ankit Sharma, Arjun Singh. So these are the students whose marks is greater than 125, but their science marks is less than which one? The science marks is less than 20. Now again, if I want to make this complicated, I can even make this complicated. You can apply, like if you remember, what I'm basically trying to tell is, initially we had seen this conditional formatting, right? So that also can be applied here. Okay, you can tell Excel now, those students who have got a marks less than let us say 20, you make them red in color. You can come go to the conditional formatting and do that. I'll not do that. but I'm telling you how you can make use of different commands and put it in a single table. So here we made use of advanced filter, and in advanced filter we have made use of you can make use of conditional formatting also. So conditional formatting, you can tell if their total is greater than 125, in the science column you make them green in color. Let me do that also, okay? So that we'll try to see the application of this. So my problem statement is, okay, already the filter, advanced filter I've applied. Now, along with that, I'll apply one more filter. Okay, I'll put a conditional formatting. I'll say those students who have got a marks greater than 150, okay, you make their science marks green in color. You make their science marks green in color. Okay, this is my problem statement. Those who have got marks greater than 50. So what shall I be doing? I'll be selecting this. Okay, I'll be selecting this part. I'll go to conditional formatting. I'll go to the new rule. I'll say format only cells that contain, right? This is the one, not this one. Use a formula to determine. I'll select it. I'll say, yeah, how shall I do that? Yeah, so we'll try to apply the conditional formatting. I just got confused, so I paused my video for a while. Okay, yeah, so it's very simple. What I'll do is I'll tell those students who have got a marks greater than 150, you make their science marks green color. And those students who have got a total marks less than 150, you make their science marks red color. Okay, so this is called as conditional formatting, which we already covered, but we are applying it here as well. Okay, so we'll try to do that. I'll keep my cursor on the science, this part. I'll go to conditional formatting. I'll say new rule. I'll go to use a formula to determine which cells to format, and now I'll select this one. I'll say if this marks is greater, okay, then 150. So see, whenever you are applying this conditional formatting, you need to take out this dollar sign. Okay, this is $1 sign. You keep your cursor over there and delete it. You keep your cursor over here and delete it, because later when I drag it, no, when I paste it, no, it should not create a problem. Okay. Now I'll say format. If it is greater than 150, you make their science marks green color, and I'll say okay, and I'll say okay. So it is green color because 155 is greater than 150. I'll apply one more condition here as well. I'll select it here. I'll go to conditional formatting. I'll say new rule. I'll say use a formula to determine. And now I'll say if this cell is less or equal to 150. Okay. If less or, previously it was greater. Now I'll say if it is less or equal to 150, remove the dollar sign again. Okay. You make it red in color, and I'll say okay. I'll say okay. Now I'll make this like 145, let us say. It will become red color. Got it, right? Now I applied it only for one cell. The same should come for other cells as well. So how shall you do that? You control C, select it, drop it like this. Okay. And now you go to the paste option, go to the option called as paste special. There's an option called as format. You click on the format. So the same format will be selected, and I'll say okay. So now you can see, wherever it is green in color, that means their marks is greater than 150. So 178 is greater than 150. 156 is greater than 150, and 178 is greater than 150. 183 is greater than 150. 156 is greater than 150. So all the science marks has come in green in color. Those two students whose marks is red, I mean whose color is red in red color, their marks is less than 150. Now if I increase, or if I, let us say, I'll make this 150 now. Okay, I'll say like 151. It will turn to green. If I take this 151, it will turn to green. If I reduce it to 122, it will come to red. If I make this 122, it will come to red. So that's what I wanted to explain you in this lecture. I hope the lecture is quite big. Try to practice it. You'll be able to understand. Somewhere I also got confused while explaining, but that is fine. Okay. Yeah. So it's very simple. Here what I did is I applied the first advanced filter command, and I brought all my values here. After applying my advanced filter command, I applied the conditional formatting. So almost an advanced level of stuff I taught you here. So whenever you try to practice, or whenever you get certain situation, try to make use of it, and you can do all these things. Tomorrow somebody may come and tell you, see, I want the name of the students, those who have got more than 150 total, and I want their science marks to be greater than 20. And I want a different list here. So first we did the same thing. We brought all those lists here. Then again, he may give you a condition. Out of those students, I want The students who has got a marks greater than 150, their science marks should come in green color, and those who have got a marks less than 150, their science marks should come in red color. So how do you take care of all these things? Those things I've explained to you here. Okay, so try to practice it. We'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.